just a short drive from Indianapolis, Hendricks County offers a charming detour full of flavor, heart, and surprises. From animal rescues to sweet treats and glass-blown art, this is small-town magic reimagined.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy another edition of the Traveling Cheesehead Visits.
This isn't a petting zoo. It is a sanctuary where every animal has a second chance and a name.
My name is Olivia. I'm the founder and president of Oinking Acres Farm Rescue and Sanctuary. We are a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to rescuing, rehabilitating, and rehoming potbelly pigs. We also are a farm animal sanctuary as well, and we take in a bunch of different other types of animals other than just pigs. Currently today in our care, we have upwards of 200 pigs, majority of them being potbelly pigs. We also have cows, miniature horses, donkeys, mules, goats, sheep, ducks, turkeys, peacocks, peahens, pheasants, guineas, cats. So we got a little bit of everything out here at the sanctuary, and you guys are going to get to meet majority of them today on your tour. A lot of our animals come from hoarding cases, neglect cases, abandonment cases. We work hand in hand with our local animal control, law enforcement, and other organizations like that. We're one of the only farm animal rescues in the Midwest. We're the only one in Hendricks County, and we're one of very few in Indiana. So we take in a lot of animals from various cases from all over the state and surrounding states as well. So we'll go through and you guys will get to meet all of the animals, and I'll tell you where they came from. Every animal has a name, a story. They all have different personalities. They're very, very intelligent. The pigs are actually the third smartest animal in the animal kingdom, following dolphins and orangutans. And there's been tests and studies done to show that pigs can actually outperform a 5-year-old child on a cognitive test. They're extremely intelligent. They're highly emotional animals. You guys will see lots of wagging tails out this morning, and when they wag their tails, it means that they're happy, just like dogs. And when they're sad or upset, they'll actually cry real tears. So very emotional animals, very in tune with their surroundings. They love whenever we have visitors out, they get extra attention this morning. Do you have anything to add? Anything that I forgot?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it just if you have questions along the way, feel free to ask us. We're happy to answer any questions that you may have. It's a very unique experience, so we're all glad you're here.
Yeah.
You started this when you were in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, another valid point. I was 14 years old when I first started. I started out by fostering pigs for another well-established organization called A Critter's Chance, and I was with them for about 2 years. But the longer that I fostered, it was just clear that that was not going to be enough. So when I was 16, I filed for my own 501c3, obtained my nonprofit status. I resigned from the board at A Critter's Chance and opened up Oinking Acres as an official nonprofit in 2019. So,
are there any animals, for whatever reason, that you turn down or can't control?
We really aren't set up to take in dogs. We get a lot of calls about stray dogs or just dogs in general. But other than that, we really are equipped to take in all different kinds of farm animals. We assist on a lot of large-scale hoarding cases. We recently worked one back in January, and we removed dozens and dozens and dozens of farm animals from this one property, ranging everything from chickens to mules, pigs, goats, sheep, you name it. It was all at this property. And again, animal control is not set up to indefinitely house these animals. They a lot of times don't even have the manpower to go in and extract animals from properties like that. So they call us in, we do all of the removal, and then we bring them back and we get everybody set up in quarantine areas. We get everybody whatever medical care they need, and then from there, they'll either be deemed as adoptable or sanctuary residents at that point.
So if you had one thing that you could tell people about pigs, what would it be?
Stop eating them. Pigs are friends, not food. If you wouldn't eat your dog, don't eat a pig. They're smarter than dogs. They're cleaner than dogs. They have potential to make wonderful, wonderful pets. If you would not eat the dog that sleeps in your bed, then do not order a pulled pork sandwich for lunch, because these animals are incredible. And until we get people to stop seeing them as products and commodities, unfortunately, we will continue to be in this cycle of where everything is disposable and they don't matter, and they do matter, and they're very, very wonderful animals. We also have a sponsorship program set up through Patreon where people can symbolically adopt an animal that lives here at the sanctuary and give them a name if they need one.
So it's a great way to raise money, but also help you keep a name to these pigs.
Yeah, exactly.
There are so many indoor things to do in the area as well. Hot blown glass. Now, glass blowing is both an art and a dance with fire. It starts by gathering molten glass, heated to over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, on the end of a blowpipe. From there, artists shape the glowing orb using a mix of breath, gravity, and hand tools, carefully rolling and coaxing it into beautiful forms like pumpkins, vases, or ornaments. This practice dates back over 2,000 years to the Roman Empire and has evolved into both a decorative craft and a practical art. Watching someone do it is hypnotic. Trying to do it yourself, a whole other thrill. Now, hot blown glass isn't just a gallery. It's a full sensory experience. It's a place where creativity is forged, literally, in fire. Blowing glass is a game of timing, rhythm, and intuition. Artists must know which oven the project needs to go into to maintain the right temperature, how fast to roll the pipe so the shape doesn't slump, and when to stop and lift to maintain that symmetry, and exactly when to add that color or use specialized tools to press, twist, or stretch the form into its final shape. Every second counts. Move too slow and the glass cools and hardens. Move too quickly and you risk losing control, or your masterpiece altogether. It's part choreography, part craftsmanship, and 100% captivating. So whether you're creating your first ornament or just watching with a group, it's a unique activity perfect for friends, families, or even team building. Everyone leaves with a memory and often a masterpiece. So if you've never handled a 2,000 degree glass blob, then let me tell you, it's hot, it's fast, and somehow it becomes beautiful. So 10 minutes, a few deep breaths, and I now have a handmade pumpkin to prove I survived. And maybe I've even found a new hobby. I'm not sure. It was something I think I definitely need to try again. So, the next time I see a blown glass ornament at a craft fair, I'm not just going to admire it, I'm going to respect it. It really is an art form that takes heat, timing, and serious talent. I'm totally a rookie, but very happy with my teal pumpkin that I made. If you get a chance to go and blow glass somewhere, make some kind of a creation of your own. If that offer is available, take it. Take it, grab it with both hands and see what you can create. And hot blown glass in Hendricks County is just the perfect place. You can see the time, the detail, the instruction, the step-by-step guidance so that I could create the perfect masterpiece. Here we go. We're going to finish, snip and make the stem, then it gets fired a little bit more and cooled. And my toy is ready to take home. Look at that perfect little pumpkin. And here comes the stem. She's going to melt the glass. You have to do a special twist. So I'm poking so there's a spot to put the glass stem on. She's going to add it, and then I'm going to grab and twist and stretch so the stem finishes it off perfectly. What about a place where your chocolate dreams come true? Chocolat Chocolate Factory in Hendricks County is just that place. Now, I'm not saying chocolate should replace dinner, but I wouldn't be mad about it. I think it's the 5th food group and you should have at least 3 servings a day. So, handmade truffles, chocolate classes, and the kind of smell that makes you wish for scratch and sniff TV? Well, welcome to chocolate heaven. Now, There's something about watching chocolate being handcrafted that makes it taste even better. And if you are the one that gets to do the making, dipping those strawberries, making those molds, blending that incredible combination, I think that makes it all the more special. So, welcome to Chocolate Heaven. It's the kind of place your childhood self dreamed of. Like Willy Wonka opened a family-owned chocolate lab and decorated it for every single holiday. Valentine hearts, Easter bunnies, Halloween ghosts. This place is pure magic all year round. Every inch of it whispers, you belong here. And honestly, your inner child couldn't agree more. We were spoiled and got to make our own custom charcuterie boards with boards specially designed for us by Visit Hendricks County, Indiana. What a fabulous sweet treat to enjoy and then take as we went. Whether you are on Team Tennant or Team Tom Baker, this is Doctor Who Paradise. Just look at what we've experienced behind this door.
Doctor Who, which started in 1963 and has new episodes coming out, so it's the longest running science fiction television show. It was a British show, so there wasn't a lot of product in the United States, and that's one of the reasons why we kind of got started. Back in the 80s, it started showing up on PBS stations with Tom Baker. Kind of became a nationwide hit at that time. Then it was off the air for a little bit, and then started coming back on in 2005 with a new series, and David Tennant really brought it to popularity in the mid-2000s. As we're the only Doctor Who store in America, so it's kind of an interesting story that we kind of started as a chat board in the late 90s where we were talking about Doctor Who and stuff like that. And because those of us who grew up here couldn't get it, we get all the Star Wars toys we wanted, we could get all the other stuff, but we couldn't get any Doctor Who stuff. We started trying to find the companies in the UK that were making Doctor Who things, and that's how we started bringing things in. We've been in business now 25 years. So this is our 25th year anniversary. It's also the 60th anniversary of the show. So that's an interesting thing about it. Our store is in two parts here. We've got the retail side that's this way, and this is our museum of merchandise this way, which spans from the 60s all the way to the current era. There's a lot of items we haven't been able to put out cabinets because we kind of run out of space, but that's a little bit about it. There's a viewing area where we show Doctor Who, which is where you can sit down and watch, and there's also a game room that has a Doctor Who. That is a Dalek that is going off. He just extra motion that he'll keep on talking throughout the day. Daleks are kind of the big famous bad guys from Doctor Who. They are probably what made the series incredibly famous, as they appeared in the second story and then appeared on and off throughout the series after that. So, the Doctor, who's the main character, is a Gallifrey Time Lord. He travels through time and space in a police box that actually is bigger on the inside. It was supposed to change its appearance wherever it landed, but it got stuck in that position when it landed in the 1960s in England, and that's been its form ever since. So, any questions?
That's because it's got a fold mechanism.
They are a lovely couple that has made a very fun place to explore. But that's not all. There are so many adorable and charming shops, tea houses, coffee shops, restaurants, you name it in Hendricks County. What started out as a quick stop became a storybook adventure. Hendricks County isn't just a place to visit, it's a place to feel. The people are so welcoming, and there's so many different little things that just kind of want to jump in your bag, go home with you, and remind you about the trip that you want to try and take again. You know me in food. In Hendricks County, they played it up in spades. Oh my gosh. We're going to start with Rusted Silo Barbecue. Now, this isn't just barbecue. This is Southern smoke and Midwestern heart. With meat slow smoked to perfection and banana pudding that practically is a religion, it's no wonder this place is a fan favorite. Wash it down with sweet tea or a local craft brew.
My parents had their own business when I was a kid, and they wouldn't get home until 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Then my mom would start to cook dinner, so that meant we were eating at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, which we were in Florida, so you get a lot of daylight. But I got tired of waiting to eat that late, so I called my grandmother one day. My mom had back before the days of worrying about food safety. She would have left the chicken out all day to thaw. And so I called my grandmother and I said, tell me how I can cook this chicken so that I can start learning how to cook so Mom doesn't have to do it on phone. So she came over and helped me cook my first chicken. And I was 8. And it was partly because I wanted to help my mom, and it was also because if you cooked, you didn't wash dishes. And I have a little brother who's 5 years younger than me, and I thought it was a little too soon for him at 8 for him to do the dishes. But my mom and my dad stepped in and did it. So it encouraged me to keep cooking. So my grandmother, this is our local train.
Yep.
Right on time.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I even have a corn pop. This is cool. A corn pop. No, it's a street corn, but smoked turkey, cheese grits, collard greens, mashed potatoes. I just have to start eating.
How do you choose between Southern banana pudding or pecan pie? You don't. Now at the Bread Basket Cafe, there are complete sentences like cinnamon roll pancakes. This cozy cafe is famous for comfort food with a twist, and their many sweetie pies mean you don't have to share, unless you want to. The food here is as warm and inviting as the hospitality. And seriously, the fruit cups, I have never seen better fruit cups at any restaurant that I have ever been to. Just incredible. Look at the colors. The food was absolutely fabulous, and there were plenty of things to tempt you to take out. Sweetie pies are boxed and ready to go. Now the Oasis Diner, carrot cake so good you'll ask to smell it before you eat it. A lovingly restored 1950s diner with a flair for classic burgers, real deal milkshakes, and a dessert case that'll test your willpower. This is the place to go to get your kind of vintage rustic kitsch on. Now the Mayberry Cafe. If Aunt Bee ever opened a restaurant, this would be it. Part tribute, part time machine, this Andy Griffith-themed spot serves fried chicken, meatloaf, and nostalgia with every bite. Don't skip the potato wedges or the Otis whiskey burger. That's what I had, and it was absolutely delish. The menu is so fun to look at. Make sure you read the whole thing even after you figure out what you want to eat. As you can see, there's a lot that they offer. They air old episodes in the background, and make sure you save a little time to get a shot with one of the cars out front. Okay, the Pruitt Restaurant, and this one's in Plainfield. It's located inside a restored 1927 theater. Here she's telling us all about the history of the building. Now, the Pruitt combines upscale ambience with comfort classics. Whether it's seafood, steak, or pasta, you'll enjoy every bit under the vintage lights. They took this old theater, gutted it, remodeled it, and in a second you're going to see us zip over and tour into the dining room. So the dining room is very casual. That's where people used to sit for the movies. Where the movies were viewed is now where the stage is. So sometimes they shoot old movies from a screen that drops down from the top, and sometimes they have live performers. And you can see him, he's just getting here with some of his gear.
Okay, good. I can play in the rain. So yeah, like the doors and like certain things that I'll kind of point out are all original, which kind of makes the building super cool and unique. You'll see we're dealing with a leak right now, but that's the fun. You're dealing with the building from the 1920s, so it's just part of the charm. New projects come up every day that we just have to deal with, but it's fun. And then the concession stand used to be here. We actually have a popcorn machine on the way that we're gonna hand out to the guests as they wait. So you'll see we try to incorporate some movie themes throughout the restaurant, but we don't want to be too. Okay, so this is our, notice how we're calling the Pruitt Restaurant and Lounge. This is our lounge area. We have live music on stage, well tonight for y'all, and then we do Thursday and Friday on the rooftop we have live music, and then the last Saturday of every month we'll do like bigger bands down here, so jazz bands, blues bands. We try to mix up the genres just to bring all different kinds of people in. But yeah, and then Christmas time we'll do Christmas music, fun stuff like that, and then during the week we have a projector screen up here that we drop down and we'll show classic films. Black and white films without the sound, just as like a background ambiance to give, kind of again that movie theater feel. So
That was going, I think, when we walked in at first.
yeah, so we don't have the screen down right now, but typically we'll actually pull the projector screen down, and we also rent this area out for business meetings and stuff. If you have a PowerPoint that you want to project up there, we can do that super easy. We are closed Monday through Thursday during the day, so it's a great area for businesses and stuff to use for that. And then we can head upstairs.
Now, you've heard of dinner and a movie. This is more like dinner in a movie in their upscale lounge. Just look at this posh decor. It is like you're stepping back into the 1920s.
So listen to the menu that we have here. It's called The Taste of Pruitt. I love it when they do these cute little menus like this. So the Pruitt salad will be our first course. Arcadian greens and Tuscan kale, roasted heirloom tomatoes.
The food was so much better looking and tasting than the description. Just look at that steak with the carrots and the mashed potatoes and this whimsical popcorn ice cream themed cookie dessert. Oh my gosh, amazing. After dinner, we went right back to the lounge and caught his act. Nothing like a relaxing cocktail and listening to some live music to wind down a very busy day. I can't imagine a better way to spend a weekend. What started out as a quick stop became a storybook adventure. Hendricks County, Indiana isn't just a place to visit, it's a place to feel. From second chance farms to food worth a detour, Hendricks County proves the Midwest still knows how to charm. See you next time, where more hidden gems are just around the corner or down the road. Get the book, most major retailers or Amazon.com. Thank you. Visit Hendricks County for the incredible visit. This episode's sponsor is Trapello. Learn more at travelingcheesehead.com/save money. Check out our Wisconsin Road Trips group on Facebook. And this has been a Traveling Cheesehead production. Get more ideas at travelingcheesehead.com.